Welcome back, guys, to another video. My name is Maku.
It's Kobayashi.
Another recap episode for Bleach. Go ahead and pop it off first, Kobayashi.
This episode, in my opinion, is anime episode of the year.
You reckon?
Yes.
I mean, there was a lot of cool clips that were inside of it. I don't disagree.
So in the beginning, we get to see the old Gotei 13, the first generation of Gotei 13, and they're known as like savage killers, not really like protectors, I would say. And you saw in the intro too, right, where they're just like massively like killing the.
Yeah, no, I was actually kind of confused a little bit because I was like, what? Why is it a flashback right now? And then it showed like this little kid, right? And
the little kid was Shunsui.
Oh, it was Shunsui.
Yeah, it says if you read the subtitles, it says Shunsui, and that's why. And Shunsui was the first one to detect Yamamoto, because in this episode, it is confirmed Yamamoto is dead.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see it. I mean, his body's like literally sliced off in half, right?
Yeah, so it was a good thing they didn't censor that off the manga, because the manga, they did good. The anime lived up to the expectation, and that's a good thing.
I know. Like I said, it was quite interesting seeing this anime roll out.
Yeah, and then
and to be fair, some of the Gotei 13, they look kind of cool too. Some of them actually look like Quincy's. But obviously they weren't. But they were, like I said, they were just really well illustrated. One of them that I do remember being there is, he looks similar to the, I forgot old man's name. The one who's like fully black. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the one that's like fully colored in black.
talking about the scientists?
Yeah, the scientist.
Mayuri? I guess one of them does look like them. There was some, so one of them looked like relatives to each other, right? So there's one that looked like it was from the Shiba clan. I won't spoil it for Maku what the Shiba clan is. They'll probably talk about it later on in the anime. One from the Yoruichi clan, I forgot her last name, but one of them looked like Yoruichi, one of them looked like Byakuya's clan, the Kushiki clan, and then one of them looked like from the Issei clan. You know who's Shunsui's lieutenant? Her name's Lisa, I believe. It looked like her, one of them. But yeah, the first generation, they like massively killed off the Quincy's. Like there was like you saw a bunch of piled up dead bodies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So then we move on later to,
I think it just goes to Ichigo. And Ichigo, he finally breaks free from Senator J's jail.
Right. And I mean, he wasted no time. He instantly like,
he just speed blitzed them.
Yeah, no,
crazy.
No, and he was able to go to the other side because I believe there was one. I'm not sure where he's from.
He's from Mayuri, so squad. I want to say squad 12's. He's the third seat.
Right. He was able to open it from the other side because if you guys remember, Senator J actually ended up closing the way to get to the Soul Society, so he ended up reopening it. And well, Ichigo went past him and instantly speed blitzed this one guy that was just like blocking the other way in.
Yeah, I don't know what Senator that was. He was
and
just
it does
laughing.
not matter because he just fucking shish kebabbed him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Packed him up instantly. And then when he entered Soul Society, everyone like felt like the presence of him, his spiritual pressure. Like, wait, what is this?
Yeah, no. But to be fair, Yu-Hawk instantly knew who it was.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm pretty sure all the Quincy's knew. Well, Yu-Hawk and is a right-hand man.
Right. So he ended up concealing his spiritual pressure so that he could talk to Byakuya, right? And then this scene was something magical right here.
Yeah, so we get to see like Byakuya like completely packed up, all bloody, all like just packed up.
Yeah.
And then he drops one of my favorite lines of all of manga. He's like, "Please save Soul Society."
Yeah.
Kurosaki Ichigo.
And if you guys know, like, Byakuya never liked Ichigo.
Yeah, no, he never likes to. He never even likes to ask for help. And he was explaining to Ichigo. He's like, I hate to say this, even though you're not a Soul Reaper, you're just a mere mortal, a human. But please help us.
Yeah. And then we get to see the epic manga panel like before our eyes. It's really cool.
Very sick.
And then we get to see Yu-Hawk and his right-hand man. They were just chilling. I believe they were getting ready to leave, weren't they?
Yeah, and then we forgot to talk about this one point, but when Yuha, he was talking to Yamamoto. He's like, "You've grown weak, old man. Like the first Gote wouldn't have done what you guys have done." And then he like when he kills him, he like completely kills him. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no, it was very fatal what he did, because he ended, like, obviously he chopped off his body, right? But somehow, some way, he found the will to muster his sword once more. But he ended up just stabbing his hand, like fully, and just decapitating his hand essentially. And he just ended up getting like this pile of reshi, just like a full-on bomb just towards him.
Yeah,
so,
he just like vaporized him, and
yeah,
that's
so
how he died. No body left.
That's how we know he's fully annihilated, right? But back to the previous point, we see, as I was saying, Yu-Hawk and his right-hand man I believe they were getting ready to leave, when Ichigo said, "Nah, come back here," and he threw his sword on the ground right in front of him.
And then Ichigo was like, "Are you the enemy's leader?" And Yu-Hawk, he was like chuckling. He was like, "What do you mean by that?" Essentially.
Yeah, essentially, because he was like, "Well, I mean, if you look at it from their perspective, yeah, I'm the enemy, but it depends on who you're talking to."
And then Ichigo asked, he's like, "Are you the one responsible for destroying Soul Society?" And then Yu-Hawk, with a smile, he's like, "Yes, indeed I am."
And he said, "All right, square up."
Yeah, I know. And then this is like beautiful. This episode too had beautiful animation. That's why I think it's like, because anime of the year or anime episode of the year, I will put One Piece episode 10,010, I want to say, or 2015, or I would say the Demon Slayer episode, where I want to say Demon Slayer episode 12. But in my opinion, I think this Bleach episode 7 is anime episode of the year. But yeah, beautiful animation. It was just like great fight scenes, great how do you pronounce the word? Choreography.
Yep.
Great choreography, great pacing. It was really good.
I know, trust me. I was astounded.
I was really surprised. I'm like, how can they do better than last week's episode? 'Cause last week's episode was really good, but this week it was like, might be better. Obviously.
No, trust me. The choreography was insane, and we get to see something really cool that we all kind of somehow suspected that this was gonna happen, but either way, it's really cool to see. So he had le blue flame, or a blue vein in his body, because so there was a point where Yu-Hawk just ended up getting the better of him, and he ended up trying to stab him in his neck, and Yu-Hawk believed he actually did, but what he didn't know is that he had blue vein.
Yeah, he has that Quincy defensive mechanism.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. I want to say like it's blue something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a blue, like it looks like those like computer chips type thing.
Yeah, like some sort of software.
Yeah.
That's why I call it like a vein, because essentially that's what it looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, the right-hand man said, "Wait, Captain," and before he could even finish the sentence, Ichigo got right back up, and he ended up. This Yu-Hawk ended up spitting facts, because supposedly his mom. Well, what I'm getting from it is that his mom was a Quincy, and that's. I mean, that was to be expected, right?
Yeah.
But.
Basically, Yu-Hawk. So his plan was to destroy Soul Society and take Ichigo to the, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Wunderlich. I don't know, it's a German word.
Oh, Wunderlich?
Yeah. To their basically home base and educate him like about his past. But since Ichigo's like Quincy powers, Yu-Hawk was explaining to Ichigo his Quincy powers were quickly, what's the word? Like releasing, I guess.
Yeah, they were releasing because when he was in Stern Ritter Days, like his jail or whatever,
it was exposed.
Yeah, he was exposed to a lot of reshi, so it ended up.
No, specifically like the Quincy's like thing, like the Quincy's like, I guess reshi.
Oh, I gotcha. So in essence, it just ended up awakening his inner Quincy.
Yeah, because the jail, Stern Ritter J's ability, the jail can't hold Quincy's. It can only hold like anybody else but Quincy's. So Ichigo was able to break through, obviously through his power, and also he is part Quincy. And then at the very last scene, Ichigo, he tries to do one more attack, but then Yurgum, his right hand man, Yuhawk's right hand man, just stops him and just like destroys his blade.
Yeah. So
And then Yuhawk's walking off in this like shadowy thing. I still don't know what that is.
like I said, a new method of transportation. We still don't know. This was seen in episode 1 as well. So
Yeah.
we're still not explaining.
And then Yuhawk's walking away. He's like, "I'll see you again, my child from the dark," or I want to say,
And
my
we're
son
also
from the darkness.
another thing that I also did take away from this is that supposedly there's like a time limit that they can go to.
Yes, yeah.
So they have to go back to Weinrit, or else I don't know. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen, right? So, well, another thing we have to take into consideration is that they have a time limit to where they can stay out of Weinrit.
Yeah, though.
But anyways, guys, let us know your takeaways of this episode. If there's any anime you would like us to talk about specific, please let us know. My name is Maku,
It's Kobayashi.
and thank you.